Last year was a good year to be a Silent Hill fan, and it looks like this year in 2025 is going to be no different. With Silent Hill 2 remake developer Bloober Team announcing that the studio will be partnering up with Konami for what is extremely likely to be another remake of a classic Silent Hill game, Konami is gearing up to release the next mainline entry in the series, Silent Hill F, that will likely drop later this year. We've got Silent Hill F's new ESRB rating to go over, along with a look into why this 8th mainline Silent Hill game is likely a return to form for the series by going over key components of this upcoming title. Finally, Konami has expressed its plans to revive the Silent Hill franchise with multiple studios developing new games for the series. So we're diving into everything we currently know about the upcoming Silent Hill projects, and if you're interested in braving the fog of Silent Hill to unravel its future in 2025 and beyond, curb stomp that like button and grab a tub of Grandpa's ashes while you're at it over at Supps by using my partner code in the description. Save some money off your order, get free samples, and score a free Mecha Waifu Cup on March 21st with the purchase of any tub of your choosing. All details linked in the description. Silent Hill has some incredible momentum going into 2025. Silent Hill 2 Remake has sold over 2 million copies, making it the best-selling game in the series, and Silent Hill F seeks to propel the series forward by having the 8th mainline game in the series return more to its classic Silent Hill roots while paving a bold way forward in its dramatic shift in setting. The upcoming Silent Hill F just recently got its ESRB rating, and like the rating it got for the Korean rating boards that we went over in the previous video, this is a clear indication that this game is essentially complete and is nearing release. While last week's Silent Hill transmission gave us no update as to when Silent Hill F will release, this ESRB rating indicates that the game will likely launch sometime later this year, and as the rating suggests, this next mainline Silent Hill game truly looks like it will be a return to form for the series, especially after the very mixed reception that the previous mainline games, Silent Hill Homecoming and Silent Hill Downpour, received 2 console generations ago. This is a survival horror action game in which players assume the role of a student confronting supernatural entities in a 1960s Japanese mountain town, reads the ESRB rating for Silent Hill F. From a third-person perspective, players explore the town, solve puzzles, interact with characters, and battle enemy creatures, example, humanoid monsters, mutants, mythical creatures. Players use axes, crowbars, knives, and spears to defend against and kill enemy creatures in melee-style combat. Blood splatter effects occur frequently as characters are attacked. Several areas depict large bloodstains in the environment and near corpses. Some enemy attacks can result in players' character getting impaled in the neck and/or getting their faces ripped apart. Cutscenes sometimes depict gore and more intense acts of violence. A character burned alive inside a cage, a woman branded by a hot iron, entrails and sinew displayed on serving platters in fantastical celebration/ceremony. A character sewing off her own arm, a character slicing off portions of a character's face during a ritual. Concept art depicts a nude mannequin-like character with exposed buttocks and partially exposed breasts. The character appears in a creature-like form throughout the game. Sounds like a Silent Hill game, alright, and true to the series' nature, this one is gonna be chock full of haunting symbolism and parallels to our main protagonist. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but Silent Hill F is incredibly intriguing to me, not least due to its complete transition away from the foggy New England setting where the Silent Hill games have traditionally taken place, to a setting rooted in rural 1960s Japan, but also in its lead character. Hinako Shimizu, a female high school student, provides a massive change in the typical Silent Hill protagonist, as not only do we have a rare return to a female protagonist in the series who happens to be a teenager, like Heather Mason was to Silent Hill 3, but the small town, traditional, and rural setting of 1960s Japan that Hinako finds herself trying to survive in is going to bring out entirely unique, fresh, and horrifying elements that not only pull from the setting itself, but also give us a glimpse into the psyche of this fascinating protagonist. As introduced in the recent Silent Hill transmission, we get a clear reason why Konami made the big shift away from the eponymous town of Silent Hill to a completely different location, yet one that shares some DNA of the fictitious town in Maine that served as the primary setting for so many games. I believe the Silent Hill series was born out of blending the essence of Japanese horror with the essence of Western horror, Konami producer Motoi Okamoto said during the Silent Hill transmission. However, as it was based in the West for the longest time, it felt like the Japanese influence was fading, and so this made us think, what if we go in the opposite direction and make it 100% Japanese horror? This game is the result. This change in direction away from the Western setting is a big deal, as not only is Silent Hill F's setting decidedly more Asian, but so too is the developer of the game themselves. See, Neobards Entertainment is the developer of this new Silent Hill game, a team comprised of diverse talent from all around the world that is headquartered in Hong Kong, and this team, along with Konami, is breaking the spell of recent mainline Silent Hill games that have been developed by Western studios. After the first 4 Silent Hill games that were developed in-house by Konami, every other game has been helmed by a Western developer, and well, outside of Polish developer Bloober Team's recent Silent Hill 2 remake, many Silent Hill fans agree that the Western-developed Silent Hill games after 4 were not particularly good. Silent Hill F seems like a course correction for the series, both in-game with its setting and behind the scenes with the teams working on it. So I'm fascinated to see how this deviation reflects on the final game when Silent Hill F likely gets released later this year. In addition to developing this new game back east, legendary composer Akira Yamaoka is back to compose the entirety of F's soundtrack, adding his own sentiment to the benefits of having this game center around Japan and local development. There is a certain Japanese essence to games, something that non-Japanese people can't replicate, remarked composer Akira Yamaoka. As Japanese creators, there are certain creative choices and expressions that come more naturally to us, and for people outside of Japan, this adds a layer of freshness and innovation to the games. As for who is helming the game's story, accomplished visual novel writer behind the Higurashi and Umineko series, Ryukishi 07, is this game's writer, applying the years of writing horror narratives to Silent Hill F. There really appears to be a lot going for this new Silent Hill game, and there is something to be said to have development return back east for this next game. So voice your thoughts on this in the comments, and if the development of Silent Hill F is getting you more amped for Silent Hill's future games. Speaking of the future of the series, back in February 2021, Konami revealed its plans to revive the Silent Hill franchise, with its plan of having multiple third-party studios developing new games being paramount to usher in the return of Silent Hill. Now, with Bloober Team's critical and commercial hit of Silent Hill 2 Remake and the upcoming Silent Hill F on the horizon in likely 2025, there are 2 more Silent Hill projects still on the horizon. These games being Silent Hill Townfall, a spin-off Silent Hill game intended to launch as an anthology series, according to its wiki, and what is exceedingly likely to be another remake of a classic Silent Hill game by Bloober Team. We went over this in a previous video, but for those wanting a refresher, Bloober Team essentially entered into another agreement with Konami to develop yet another game from one of Konami's big franchises. Now, you don't need me to point out the obvious, but I'll do it anyway. Bloober Team is solely interested in making survival horror games, and what other Konami franchise best aligns with Bloober Team and what they've been known to create? Exactly. It's Silent Hill. So while both Bloober and Konami didn't outright specify that this partnership is resulting in yet another Silent Hill remake, it's pretty much all but confirmed at this point. The rest of this video dives into the speculation and leaks surrounding this next Silent Hill remake, so stick around if you'd like to stay up to date with the latest surrounding the future of Silent Hill remakes. Alright, so in a post on X by Planeta PlayStation shortly after Silent Hill 2 Remake released, the user mentioned that a remake of Silent Hill 3 was in development. Here is the translation from its original Spanish post, indicating a few things related to this upcoming project. The codename for Silent Hill 3 Remake suggests that it goes by the codename Project H and would follow the style and presentation of Silent Hill 2 Remake, which we can interpret as utilizing an over-the-shoulder perspective and systems featured in the remake we got for Silent Hill 2. The third bullet point suggests that there will be an increased focus on survival horror in the Silent Hill 3 remake, with a more solid narrative. Finally, the post concludes by stating that Konami wants the Silent Hill IP to have a larger presence, suggesting that further remakes, like this Project H, would help further garner interest in the Silent Hill franchise. Alright, first things first, this is just a rumor, and there really isn't any credibility here that suggests that any of this pertains to specifically a Silent Hill 3 remake. Any of these bullet points listed could simply pertain to any number of Silent Hill games that could get a remake, so take all this with grains of salt. But I'd like to mention that there are 2 bullet points here that are actually confirmed from both Konami and Bloober Team to be true. The final bullet point about Konami wanting the Silent Hill IP to have a larger presence is 100% accurate, as we previously reported in videos past that Konami did mention their goals of seeing not only their Metal Gear franchise see growth, but also their Silent Hill franchise, confirming in their 2023 fiscal year statement that remakes, yes plural here, are in development for the Silent Hill franchise. Given the incredible success of the Silent Hill 2 remake thus far, breaking sales records for the series and generating tons of interest in this once stagnant franchise, it's a no-brainer that we will see more remakes of the earlier games to further Konami's goal of making Silent Hill's presence even bigger. Alright, let's cover that second bullet point that is also confirmed to be true, and this relates to the existence of Project H. And well, guess what? That pertains to the folks at Bloober Team. Taken from Bloober Team's website last year, here is a list of 4 projects that are said to be launched before 2027, stating that 4 of them are in-house projects, with 3 being co-developed with its partners. With Silent Hill 2 Remake already out, that leaves Project C, Project G, and what do you know, Project H left to speculate. For those who may not have heard, Bloober Team last October officially revealed Project C's title, that being Chronos: The New Dawn, their upcoming sci-fi horror title developed in-house for a launch sometime this year in 2025, adhering to what their content pipeline stated. That now leaves Project G and Project H left to speculate, and considering that their content pipeline mentions that 3 of these projects are being co-developed, these 2 projects, Projects H and G, are fair game here to be Silent Hill titles. With Silent Hill 2 Remake being part of these 3 co-developed games, you wouldn't be wrong to think that any one of these 2 projects could be unannounced Silent Hill games. With Project H reflected in the rumor that Planeta PlayStation announced, you could make the argument that this such game may in fact be a Silent Hill 3 remake. In previous videos, we have reported numerous times that Bloober Team has mentioned that they are open to the opportunity to remake even more Silent Hill games, with their CEO even recently stating, "You can expect that this is not the end of the adventure with Konami." Further, just a few weeks ago, Bloober Team confirmed that they have signed an agreement with Konami for another project. From all this, it becomes quite clear that we can expect Bloober Team and Konami linking up again for even more remakes to help further Konami's goal of making the Silent Hill franchise even bigger. Based on the success of the Silent Hill 2 remake thus far, I'd consider their partnership incredibly successful indeed, so why not capitalize on that by remaking even more of these classic Silent Hill games, right? Alright, let's get back to Project G and Project H here from Bloober Team's content development pipeline. With Project G reportedly being in the concept phase and Project H being equally vague with it now in plans, it's safe to say it will be quite some time until we see these games surface in an official reveal, and with these games slated to be released by 2027, I'd say that these plans are rather ambitious for the team. Bloober Team does have several teams allocated to different projects, like what one of their team is doing with Chronos: The New Dawn, but getting away from that reveal speculation for now, what's even more peculiar is the naming convention for these projects. Project C turned out to be Chronos: The New Dawn, with Project C and Chronos sharing the letter C identifier. With the naming convention established with Chronos: The New Dawn, it would be logical to conclude that Projects G and H would follow that convention, right? What I'm thinking Project H refers to could actually be a Silent Hill 3 remake, as the protagonist of that game is Heather Mason, with the project potentially being known internally as Project Heather, denoting a Silent Hill 3 remake. Whether or not this reflects the rumor as posted by Planeta PlayStation remains unclear, but seeing as this naming convention could apply to Silent Hill 3, so too could it apply to Silent Hill 1, as the protagonist's name is Harry Mason. Heck, it even applies to Silent Hill 4: The Room, as that game's protagonist is Henry Townsend. Let's keep these possibilities in mind for now, but let's briefly shift our focus over to Project G and try to deduce what that game could be. While no protagonists in Silent Hill start with the letter G, what this letter could stand for may be Gillespie, the last names of two prominent characters in Silent Hill 1. Those characters being Dahlia Gillespie and Alessa Gillespie. Lisa Garland could be another option as well. So while I'm thinking of prominent characters here that start with the letter G, my own conclusion has it that perhaps Project G could be a Silent Hill 1 remake, with Project H being a Silent Hill 3 remake. Let me know in the comments what you think in regards to this naming scheme stuff, and if it has any potential to indicate what these projects are, but Silent Hill 1 and Silent Hill 3 are linked in ways that Silent Hill 2 is not. It certainly made sense for Bloober Team and Konami to start with Silent Hill 2, seeing as James Sunderland's story in that game was largely confined to that game, whereas Silent Hill 3 serves more as a sequel to Silent Hill 1, with Silent Hill 3's protagonist in Heather Mason being the adopted daughter of the original Silent Hill protagonist, Harry Mason. Like many Silent Hill fans have been echoing, a Silent Hill 3 remake should not exist without a Silent Hill remake being made first, and I absolutely agree with this sentiment. It is because of both the naming conventions for Bloober Team's projects and the sequel nature to Silent Hill 1 and 3 that I personally believe Project G to refer to a Silent Hill 1 remake and Project H referring to a Silent Hill 3 remake. But again, share with me your thoughts about all this stuff in the comments, as it's quite interesting to try to piece together what these two mysterious Bloober projects could be. That said, while I personally would love to see Silent Hill and Silent Hill 3 get remakes next, Silent Hill 4, I think, would benefit the most from a remake. Seeing that game play out in a remake with its fascinating story and witnessing your once safe haven of an apartment twist and deform throughout the game would be glorious in Unreal Engine 5, harkening back to the incredible experience we got in PT. So let's hope that we ultimately see all 4 Team Silent games get their due remakes in time. In the end, it's an awesome time to be a Silent Hill fan. Whether you are an older fan of the series or a new one, we've likely got some more remakes coming our way, and with 2 brand new Silent Hill games in development, being Silent Hill F, likely to now release in 2025, and Silent Hill Townfall further into the future, along with the recent confirmation that Bloober Team is indeed working with Konami on another game, we've got plenty to look forward to. But sound off in the comments which Silent Hill game, announced or unannounced, you are looking forward to next, and join me over in this video as we rank every Silent Hill game based on how scary they are. That's all I've got for you in this one, folks. I'll be seeing you all real soon in the next video.